The light behind me is really annoying, but unfortunately it's dull as fuck outside and I'm unprofessional and don't have professional lighting. So deal with this absolute lie of an angelic halo behind me. Hi everyone! Today I'm doing my October wrap up and finally announcing my Harley in the Sky giveaway winner. I kind of meant to do this about a week ago and just life got in the way, but we're doing it now. Well, we're doing it at the end of the video, even though if you're just here for that you could skip to that part. But it's fine, we'll just do whatever. So I say this every time, but we're going to try and get through this as quickly as possible because I have some books to read, because you know, Yaga's out of her reading slump and she has so many fucking books she needs to read, so let's get to it. I read a total of 6 books in October, which I am super happy about. It's not as good as February, which I'm still not over reading 18 books in February, but I feel like months have went by where I just haven't read very much, so 6 books is a solid sort of average number for me and I'm happy with that. The first book that I finished reading in October was Notes from My Captivity by Kathy Parks. This was on my radar for so long. This is actually an advanced reader copy, but a proper like American arc that I found in a second-hand bookstore in Edinburgh. No idea how that got there. But this follows a girl who wants to be a journalist and her stepdad, doesn't tell me, I think it's her stepdad, he is like he's also like he's a researcher, education, listen I read this so long ago, it feels like so long ago, but her stepdad believes in this family that went missing. He believes they're still alive in Siberia, Russia, somewhere like that. She doesn't, she thinks he's a bit crazy, but she goes with him to like try and find this family and she's fully expecting it to just prove her theory, and then she gets kidnapped by the family she didn't believe existed. And I just thought it was really well done. I really enjoyed it. It wasn't actually what I was expecting. I kind of thought it was going to be a bit darker. Something along the lines of The Bunker Diary by Kevin Brooks, which I really need to talk to you guys about that book more because I love it. I was told to avoid it. This is the wrong video, but fucking dark, creepy ass book, and that's what I expected this to be. And while it wasn't, I mean it did have some, actually it was kind of scary at parts. It was still a really good read and I can't even remember what I gave it. 4 stars. See, there you go, that was pretty decent. It got 4 stars from me. So yeah, really good, and I want to read more from Kathy Parks in the future. Next, I read All Cats Have Aspergers Syndrome by Kathy Hoopman. This was gifted to me for my birthday by Rachel, who I will link below. And this is, it's just a super short little book with pictures and like little bits of writing. It's more humor than anything, but it is filled with truth, and it kind of details sort of symptoms or traits rather of Asperger, which is now just classified as autism, and I just found it really relatable and I thought it was really good. And yeah, there's cute cats, so like I felt kind of weird rating that one, but I gave it 5 stars because like. Next is a book that kind of disappointed me. I was looking forward to it for so long. I thought it would be exactly the sort of book that I loved, and it ended up being a 3-star read, and that is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Maniscalco. I wanted to adore this so much. Like I love the whole Jack the Ripper thing, like just I love true crime, especially love unsolved crimes. The Jack the Ripper case is fascinating. I've already kind of forgotten the sort of main mystery reveal, but like I know, put it this way, it's one of those mysteries where you read it and you're like, okay, well it's either this or this, and then it ends up being one of those things and you're just like, meh. And it was exactly a case of, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was 1, 2 or 3 of the things. Well, basically I thought it was kind of predictable and I just wasn't blown away. I have heard the rest of the series is really good and I am kind of wanting to continue. Not so much because like I think the second one's Hunting Prince Dracula, which I'm not that bothered about, but Escaping from Houdini, I also love magic and escapology and all that sort of stuff, so Harry Houdini, hello. So I might give it another try. I'm also not giving you a synopsis for that book because I feel like that's a book everyone knows about by now, so sorry. Next, I read Save the Cat Writes a Novel by Jessica Brody, and I gave this 5 stars. This is non-fiction, and it is essentially a how to write a novel book. I love this. It has been a godsend for me. At the time of reading it, I was planning to start a new story from scratch for Nano, and as I read it, I found myself sort of building on my idea. There was, within 24 pages, I had went from a sort of basic plot, I'm trying not to say anything, but I went from like a very small, like not even a sentence of what the book was about, to actually like, oh, this is the whole like, bigger picture. And then by the time I finished the book, I realised I was just gonna redraft a previous book, which isn't going very well. But I'm just too scared to actually put the beat sheets and stuff into practice for outlining said redraft. I do think when I finally pluck up the courage to put more effort in and take it really seriously, because first drafts are just fun, redrafts feel very serious. So when I kind of pluck up the courage to do that, this is going to come in very, very handy. But I think this is a book that all novel writers need. It was just so informative, and I like the fact that it wasn't saying this is exactly what you have to do to write this book. It was more saying this is the rough sort of structure or formula, if you want to call it that, but you have leeway with it, but you kind of need certain things to make your story work. It just, so good. I didn't believe it when people were saying it was such a great book and life-changing. I was like, surely not, but no, it really was. I then read a Kindle book, which was Here There Are Monsters by Amalinda Berube, which I gave 2 stars. This book was an upcoming release, and it looked kind of creepy, and I thought, perfect, spooky season, let's read it. And it was a drag. Essentially, we have this girl, Sky, I think her first name is. Whatever, yeah, it's Sky. She has a younger sister, Deirdre, and the family have moved to a new state and everything, and there's this whole like shroud of mystery, like, you know, Sky's reinvented herself, but she can't understand why Deirdre hasn't, and Deirdre's weird, and Deirdre starts playing with skulls and bones that she finds in the forest, and there's supposed to be this big mystery revolving Sky, and then Deirdre goes missing, and it turns into some sort of paranormal sort of book, and it's the sort of thing that I would typically enjoy. Like, on paper it's creepy, it's kind of dark, it's spooky, but I did not like Sky. I hated Deirdre. Like, I could not give a fuck that she went, like, okay, let me get this right. When she first goes missing, I'm like, oh my god, Deirdre. But then the more Sky kind of talks about it and we have like flashbacks, I'm like, I don't like this bitch. I don't like either of these girls, and the parents are just fucking annoying. And so I just got to the point where I was like, I don't want them to find Deirdre, and I want Sky to just shut the fuck up about her past. Because the thing is, when we get this reveal, it's not this big dramatic, okay, it kind of is, but she made it sound like, she was like, oh, I removed myself from social media, blah 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 blah. But then the big reveal, nobody actually really knew about her. And like, I feel like the stuff that people did know about her wasn't that big a deal. Like, it was literally just that she like protects her sister. I don't know, I just didn't really vibe with it. I found myself slogging through it, and towards the end I kind of got to the point where I was like skim reading, so I feel like I'm kind of cheating for saying I read it, but yeah, just did not do it for me. And the last book that I read was Finding Baba Yaga by Jane Yolen. This was another book that I was gifted for my birthday from the lovely Karis. This is a novella that is written in verse, and I really, really enjoyed this. I've completely just went off the page that tells me what star rating I gave it, because I have a memory like a sieve. 4 stars, yeah, that sounds about right. So this is essentially a retelling of the Baba Yaga fairy tale thing. You can look it up, but essentially it's this old woman who lives in a house that has chicken feet and can move, and she eats young boys. But we're from the perspective of a girl who comes across the Baba Yaga, and she kind of becomes her housemaid, and it's one of those stories where there's not really an overall plot, it just exists, it's just there, and it was really fun. I'm saying fun. it was an enjoyable read, and I obviously read it in like one sitting. I really do want to read more from Jane Yolen. I love her way of storytelling and the atmosphere, and the cover makes it look a lot more creepy than it is, I think. And I think that's what makes it so like different. It's not really the word I want, but you kind of go into it thinking, oh, it's going to be like a really spooky horror, but then you're reading it, you're like, it's not. But then you're like, but maybe it is. Like, maybe it's like subtly, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I really enjoyed this. There we are. There are the 6 books that I read in October. And now it's time to do the giveaway. So I have, with extra entries, 21 names, and I'm just going to do a random number generator, and whoever comes up wins. And our winner is number 9, and number 9 is Vendi. Oh my goodness, it's Vendi. So Vendi, I will get in touch with you to sort out getting you your pre-order and your art cards. And yeah, thank you for entering, I guess. And thank you so much to everyone else who entered and who done the tag as well. There is a November Instagram challenge happening, so you can go there and you get the chance to win the art cards again from, I can't remember who's hosting it, but I will have some info down below. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!